Chris and Travis. I'm Travis.
And I'm Chris.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. I can edit that out.
Yeah.
So, we're going to do it a little bit different than we normally do. We're going to call this part of the show Real Talk Time.
Yeah.
And we just going to kind of have like a little bit of a story time. We was kind of stuck for some topics, So y'all, if y'all ever got some things y'all wanted us to discuss, so
let us know.
For real, the rapper part of me was coming out. Then that must started going back in.
Yeah.
If y'all got anything y'all want us to discuss, then let us know. In the email or in the comments, y'all talk to us.
Thought you were getting ready to drop a quick 16 real quick, man.
I could have, but I don't think, I don't think I got enough camera tape for that. That's but nah, man, it's just, we gonna call it Real Talk Time and
/ our thoughts.
Right. It's got a nice little ring to it. And we just gonna talk random topics. So, just to kind of start it off, off camera was talking about buying, making big purchases, like when a person buys a house or a car.
Mm-hmm.
And I was telling Travis, like, if a person can't drop cash on what they buying and it's a big purchase, you don't really need it. For example, if your car costs $80,000, if you can't pay cash for it, you don't need that kind of car.
So you saying if you can't pay $80,000 up front, you don't need it?
Yeah, pretty much. If you're trying to buy a car, house that costs, and you can't pay cash for it.
I mean, what average person walking around with $80,000?
But nah, I feel like, big life purchases like that, a house, a car, things are needed, but, but you don't, I feel like paying cash for something is way better than doing, paying notes.
I mean, of course, being able to just drop 80 stacks on a car or whatever would be ideal for people. But I mean, everybody don't have $80,000 just sitting around to be like, here you go, give me the car.
Well,
but I mean, some people might be able to afford the monthly notes though, but they don't have $80,000 just sitting around.
And see, to me, I guess it depends on the kind of job you have. Yeah. Let's say you're working in a plant. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And you're making like, I don't know, $5-6 grand a month. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
That's easier to stack maybe $2 or $3 grand every month, put to the side, toward getting a $80,000 house. See what I'm saying? Versus you dropping like 10 grand on a house and then paying a monthly note. I'd rather just stack up the 80 grand and then pay for the house.
I disagree, man.
Make your point, sir.
I mean, I feel like we having a debate, man. I ain't no politician.
This could be flip flop, whatever. Just make your point.
I ain't no politician, man. I mean, you need somewhere to live, so I mean, you ain't gonna have, like I said, if the house is $80,000. I mean, an average person don't have $80,000 just laying around.
True.
But they may have, maybe $10,000 saved to put down. So I mean, put that $10,000 down. That might help to drop the monthly note a little bit. But I mean, as long as you can pay that note, you should be fine. But I mean, if people didn't buy like a house or a car because they don't have that exact amount of money, nobody be driving or living anywhere, right? Unless you was rich.
I mean, I'm not saying like don't buy anything unless you have the money for it. I'm saying.
So you're saying if you can't afford it.
Yeah. In other words, you're looking at an $80,000 car.
Yeah.
But you make $8,000 a month.
Okay.
And you like, I could save to get this car, and just buy me something cheaper until I can afford this, like till I save it up. Versus, I could drop $10,000 on this car and pay a note.
Okay.
That's what I'm getting at. See what I'm saying?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, that makes sense. If you can't afford it, then nah, you shouldn't buy it.
Right. So I'm saying.
But I mean, I thought you were saying like if you ain't got 80,000 just sitting around, then you shouldn't even.
No. Because I know like the average person don't have, just like buying a house.
Okay.
The average person don't have 100,000 just laying around.
Right.
But there are people that are able to put 3,000 to 5,000 to the side every month.
Mm-hmm.
So for those people, they may be living in an apartment. They're like, I really want a house. Well, you either rent a house for a couple of years, or you buy a cheaper house, pay that house off. See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you either flip that house or you rent that house out for extra income until you have the money to get the house of your dreams, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But pay cash for it. Don't put $5,000 down on $100,000 house, and now you paying a note.
Well, some people might want to pay a note because they want to build their credit too. So I mean, you gotta look at it that way too. That's a good way to build your credit. So I mean, if you don't want to get like a credit card, you might want to.
You talking about if you don't have no credit at all?
Yeah.
Most times you ain't gonna be able to buy a house to build your credit. I don't think.
Well, I mean, or they want to help it to boost their credit, so they buy something and they pay on it every month.
Cool.
So I mean,
I ain't never think about using a house in that way because I'm like the purchase is too big. If I don't
I'm just saying for an example. They can help boost your credit too.
Cool. Yeah. I don't like the topic of money, man. It can go all kind of ways.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because we always be talking about passive and residual incomes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Man, it's a whole it's a whole thing. And that's the crazy part about it. Like, people do just about anything for money because it's necessary.
Yeah.
Not doing anything for money is necessary, but the money itself is necessary. See what I'm saying?
Yeah, you definitely need money to live.
I remember I was listening to one of my favorite rappers, and he said, if the same stuff you paid money for was made free to you, then the money would lose its value.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that's true?
Of course. It wouldn't be needed. So what does it mean to you if it's not needed? Nothing. So what value would it have?
That's interesting.
None.
I couldn't imagine a world where like everything is given to you. And you don't have to pay for nothing. I'm like, it's gonna have to come back. Somebody gonna have to pay for this down the line somewhere.
Yeah.
Like, that'd be a crazy place to live in.
That'd be nice.
I think it'll start off nice.
It probably would, but everybody probably be just going there snatching everything. You probably won't have nothing anymore.
Right, cause
you go in the stores and be like, man, I ain't never got nothing.
I remember me and my wife was talking about this. I can't remember what we was watching, but it was like the people, they would just sign for everything instead of having to spend money.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you want McDonald's, you just pull up to McDonald's and you sign your name like on a paper, and then they give you whatever food you want.
Okay.
And I asked her, I said, would you want to live in a world like that? She said, absolutely.
You just sign for everything?
Yeah. And I'm like, but eventually, I mean, like, you're going to have to pay for that, so how you see what I'm saying?
We can only imagine.
I thought that was crazy. Like, they just sign for everything.
Yeah.
House, car, clothes. I was like, dang.
So you can go get a big mansion, be like, oh,
just sign for it.
Just sign for it. It's mine now.
And I said, bro.
Everybody be balling.
I was like, man, that's too futuristic for me.
Everybody have mansions. Everybody have fancy cars, jewelry. Just sign for it.
And you know why I think that's uncomfortable for me? Because sometimes I think people get stuck in tradition. Like, I'm used to, you work, you earn your money, then you take your money, you buy what you need.
Mm-hmm.
If they switched the world over and was like, from now on, everybody just sign for what they want, I would be scared. I'd be like, man, what the... So I'm having a surgical procedure. I just sign. They're like, yeah. I'm like, I don't trust that.
Yeah, you gotta read the fine print on
Where
that
the money coming from?
You gotta read the fine print on that one.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy though. Do you think that money is the world's best motivator?
It depends on what it's motivating you for. But I mean, if money is just a motivation, then I feel like it's kind of a bad reason to be motivated.
Okay.
I feel like it should be like you should have a passion for something instead of just, oh, it's money involved, so let me just do it.
So money not the world's greatest motivation.
Nah.
In your opinion, sir, what do you think is the world's first biggest motivation?
I don't know.
You know,
I don't know what motivates the world.
Well, okay. I guess putting it out there, like, what motivates the world. I guess, like, to me, I think love is the biggest motivation.
Love
Because
right now.
not just right now, I'm talking about just love, period.
Okay.
Because an individual person would do just about anything for the person that they love. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Now, as far as the whole world goes, it's like,
Well, I mean, everybody don't love the whole world.
nah. Only person I knew that loved the whole world was Jesus. That's it. Just to be real, that was it.
That's about it.
But I'm saying, I think that the world still have a lot of good people in it. And I think that because there are still some good people in the world, that those people, like, they still love enough to really keep love being the number one motivation in the world, to me.
Mm-hmm.
I think money is the second greatest motivator in the world.
Okay.
And I think the third greatest motivation in the world would be fear.
Fear. Okay.
Yeah. Cause people say, man, I ain't scared of nothing. Everybody's scared of something.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, man, I don't.
Do you think you can love everybody?
Yeah, cause it's possible to love a person. You just don't love what they do, and that's what make you love them from a distance.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I learned that from having kids. You could you could love your kids. You just don't love what they do.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of stuff out here that you could, like, love the person. You just don't love what they do.
Yeah.
I
guess you're right. Sometimes it's hard to love everybody though.
Oh yeah. I feel like ain't nothing on the planet easy.
Yeah.
Nothing. And people always say, like, man, you could love a person. Things could be easier in life. You just got to make it that way. I'm like, I heard it a lot from you. Like, you say, life is what you make it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't believe that's true. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't.
You don't believe? You gotta explain that one.
I don't, because okay.
It is what you make it.
If in other words, like, if somebody say, man, you can make your life easy. I don't think that's true. Sometimes, no matter how hard you try, your life just hard. You know what I'm saying? Now, you can look at it like, this don't bother me, this gonna make life easy. But, it's sometimes it ain't that simple. To me.
But you can always come up out of that, though.
Yeah.
If you work hard towards something.
That's true, too.
So that's what I mean when I say life is what you make it.
Mm-hmm.
So if you, I don't know, you come from like a certain area or you having struggles in life,
mm-hmm.
If you just sit there and cry about it, then you're just going to deal with it. But if you find a way to work hard and get up out of that, then, you can achieve the happiness you want, whatever it is to you.
So you're saying grind and you'll be fine. That's the...
Yeah, that's why I say life is what you make it.
Okay, so what about this?
It's like, I was born with a disability. Mm-hmm. I can sit here and cry about it and complain and, whatever. Or I can, live my life to the fullest and still do things to the best of my ability.
So do you agree with the statement that, like, people say it's all in your head? Do you agree with that statement?
I think a lot of things is majority mental, yeah. If you can control your mind, then, I feel like you got things on the wraps.
And see, like, to me, I feel like that's a good starting point. If your mind is not really in a good place, you're already starting off bad.
Yeah.
And I think that's where prayer really helps a lot, is with the stuff in your mind.
Mm-hmm.
If you can have peace right here, you'll be all right. You know what I'm saying? But if you can't get no peace right there, you in trouble. you in a lot of trouble.
It's mainly mental, man. It's like somebody was saying something to you over and over, like calling you names.
Mm-hmm.
It's if you let it get to you, it's mental. But if you just ignore it, be like, oh, whatever. You controlling your mind, you ain't letting it get to you. So it's all a mental game.
Right.
It's like you like basketball, right?
Oh yeah.
So if you
Now we talking.
You playing against your opponent. You at your opponent's home or whatever, and you get the ball. You shooting a free throw, and the crowd booing and waving signs, trying to get your attention. It's all mental just to make you miss. But if you can just block all that out, and it's just you just imagine it's just you in the entire arena, you'll be good the whole game.
The man with the plan with the analogies, huh?
I'm just saying, it's all mental, huh?
Y'all check him out. Yeah. But yeah, I do believe that, man, that in your mind is where everything starts, Now, we not saying, if you got problems in your physical body or you got some kind of mental defect, that is all in your head. Because I've had people say that to me, that, man, you're not really disabled, it's in your head. I'm like, no, because I tried running down the court and I absolutely bust my behind. Like, I just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? It's not all in my head. But...
Right, I try to get up and walk and my brain like, man, sit down.
Right. Yeah, it's not all in your head. You know what I'm saying? What we're saying is the outlook that you have. The way you look at your situation, that part is in your head.
Right.
You could look at it like I'm defeated and you ain't even tried it yet. Or you could look at it the opposite. Like, I'm a champion and I'm finna show the world, And that we talking about that part of your mental, strength.
Right.
So, yeah. Stuff can be in your head telling you that, like, this looks bad, Or stuff can be in your head like, this all right. It's not that bad.
Yeah. That's because we get caught up into, like the right now. We look at, like, what we might be going through right now and be like, oh, man, ain't no way out.
Yeah.
Well, because we can't see any further than where we are.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, like I said, it's all mental, like we talking about.
I seen a post on Instagram, and it said you can't drive the car looking in the rearview mirror.
That's why I say walk by faith, not by sight, right?
Right. Because I thought about that. A lot of times I look back on like, man, God, I've been praying for so long, and I'm still in the same boat.
Yeah.
Sometimes God don't change the boat you in. He just get in it with you.
Yeah.
He'll change you instead of changing the boat. So it's, it's ultimately your decision on how you gonna look at it, but it's ultimately his decision on how the situation gonna progress.
But a lot of times you gotta think back to where you came from, be like, and look where you're at now. Be like, dang. So back then I was there, but look at me now.
Mm-hmm.
But think that way, you be like, okay, I'm really not that bad. Somebody else got it way worse than me.
Yeah. Yep. Everything is all in how you look at it, and everybody should be hungry to see what, how am I going to be in the next year?
Mm-hmm.
It's 2023 now, but where am I going to be at 2024? See what I'm saying? What kind of things am I going to be able to do in 2024? But I said all that to say, like, life is about goals. Everybody should have some type of goal in life. So that if this 2023, then by this time next year, what do you want to see from yourself or from your situation? See what I'm saying? Because we all got goals and situations that you either trying to make better or you trying to just get out of altogether. So, I
feel like you should work on your goals, but I feel like you should also let life just flow.
Yeah.
Because life gon' life.
Life gon' life, huh?
Life gon' life, man. It's gonna be some ups and downs, but I feel like you should, work on your goals, but just let it flow.
Yeah.
Like a story, just let it just flow, man.
That's real. You say life gon' life.
It's gonna life, man. It's gonna be some ups and downs, happy moments, sad moments.
Yeah, man. It's
whatever.
And I like we was talking about in the previous video with the New Year's resolutions and stuff like that. I never was big on like have a New Year's resolution.
I don't do that.
It's just in my mind. I knew I wanted to be in a better place than I was the year before.
Yeah.
Whether it was financially, physically. Like I've been doing good, sticking to a workout every day.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it's doing push-ups or lifting weights, going for a walk around the block, just trying to get healthy and stay healthy.
Yeah.
And I recommend, like, if y'all take some vitamins, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, eat more fruits and vegetables, drink water, whatever you gotta do, man. Your health is the number one thing. So
Yeah, I say do whatever makes you happy. I feel like I want to travel more, so that's my happy place.
I remember you was talking about you wanted to go overseas, and some people was like, "Nah, I don't think you ought to do that." And
It don't matter what they say.
we just say, "Try to block them out."
I'm gonna do what I want.
And I think that's good. Because one thing is, life will present fearful situations to you, and you can't let fear control you.
Wow.
So I feel like this year for me is a year of learning. You know what I'm saying? I'm learning how to be me, but not be me at the same time. If that makes sense.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as working on me, like trying to stay in shape, but then also too, like, not overthinking things. With some things, just don't overdo it.
Yeah.
You could be you, but don't be you.
Right.
So, yeah.
Gotta keep growing, man. Keep learning.
Yeah. Gotta grow so you can glow.
Yeah.
But
experiencing, making memories.
oh yeah.
That's how I see it.
Yeah, most definitely.
And networking.
That's a big one. That's a big one.
Like I always say, you gotta network. You always need a team, especially if you got, major goals you want to accomplish.
Oh yeah.
Can't do it by yourself.
And see, that's something I'm trying to get out of too. Cause I love doing stuff by myself. Just I don't know. Cause I feel like you don't have to keep track of people and, hey, did you get this part done so I can do this? Oh, I ain't do that yet. Oh, so I'm waiting on you. Oh, I could have done this and had it done by now. Like, but
I mean, I ain't never seen one person be the accountant, the IT person. You gotta have a team, man. CEO. You gotta have a team.
I guess my life, I think about like basketball. One person absolutely can get a team to the championship. Now, will they win? Probably not. Yeah. But sometimes they do.
I mean, everybody plays a part. But one person might get the most shine with, they still play a part.
I think about like Iverson with the Sixers, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but he never won a ring.
Did he?
No.
Right.
That's what I'm saying.
LeBron?
He didn't do it by himself. He had to go to Miami to get a ring, remember?
Oh yeah, he did bounce around a bit. And
he went back to, Cleveland after that?
Yeah, because I remember that speech, Cleveland, this is for you. That was funny. No shot, no shade to LeBron, man. But we just...
That's what I'm saying. It's no I in team, man.
It could be. It's just silent.
Yeah, it's very silent, huh? Quiet.
Yeah, but like I said, that's something else I'm trying to get out of, because I will absolutely work on stuff and learn stuff on my own and be like, I'm good. Just have my hand in everything. They're like, bro, when you gonna, like, just chill? I can't chill. I'm trying to get that done, that done, that done. Yeah. But it's not that I can't chill. I just don't want to. I feel like all this technology we got, you're supposed to have more streams of income. They ain't gonna come on their own. Mm-hmm. But I need to understand that I do have a team, and sometimes it's good to rest. You ain't got to be working 300 different jobs every day, like, But sometimes you can't rest too much. Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just big on networking, man. Just, working smart.
Do you think that, like, networking makes sure getting to your dream a lot easier?
Yeah. It does, because somebody knows somebody that knows somebody.
Okay.
So, I mean, if you're trying to get somewhere, like, I've had situations where I went to, like when I was in college, right? Mm-hmm. Went to, like, job fairs, and I met somebody at the job fair that knew somebody that can get me in contact with this person that was in charge. So, I mean, that's how it happened for you, man. And you just go from there. You just building relationships. and that helps you get to where you're going faster.
Would you say that one industry is harder to build relationships in than others, or they all work the same as far as networking?
I think it's all the same, basically, with networking. You know, like I said, somebody knows somebody that knows somebody. What you think?
I think you're right. And something else you had touched on a while back, you said that networking online, you have more reach, or your reach can go further. You know.
Yeah.
And I kind of like that. I do.
I mean, you got so many different platforms. You can just reach out to different people. If you're trying to do something, you know, just Google whoever doing that. Like, okay, let me reach out to them. They might say something. If not, then go to the next person. Or they might say something and get me in contact with this person.
Yeah, I remember this dude named Trey Brown. He was talking about that. And if y'all don't know who Trey Brown is, he was 14 when he started a clothing company called Spurgo. And he now like has people working for him around the globe. He's like a big name brand, I think in New York or something like that. And he was saying when he started his business, he said people don't use Google correctly. They don't do their research correctly. You know, and he said he did a lot of networking in person and online. And I was like, how you do, you know, like, I understand networking like face to face because you gonna physically see me. But online, like people say, you know, like with Instagram, oh, I DM this person, and they didn't respond back. I'm like, because they probably get millions of DMs a day. Like, it's...
Man, it don't hurt to try, though.
And that's the thing, man. I guess I'll be like, I don't try. I don't know.
I don't be thinking about, they probably got like thousands of DMs every day. I don't think about that. I'm like, okay, so
you gotta shoot your shot on Travis.
shoot my shot. They might see my DM and be like, okay, yeah, let me help you out. Hey, you can contact this person, you know, and they know how to get you in contact with this person. That's how I see it.
Man, I think networking is cool though, man. I do want to like network more online. I think for me, like whatever it is I do, I just want to kind of like build up I guess you could say a portfolio first. So when I start networking with people, I'm like, hey, this is what I've already done. I'm trying to get from this point to that point. See what I'm saying? Right now, I don't have nothing to show.
I feel like you don't have to have anything to show. Just let them know what you're trying to do. Maybe they can help you build from there. Or scale up from there.
That's a good point to make.
That's what I'm saying, man. You can't figure everything out on your own.
And in my mind, I'm like, you could, because you got Google, you got Instagram, you got YouTube, you got...
That's the slow... I mean, if you want to do it the slow way, instead of talking to somebody who already has that experience, then by all means, do it. Make it hard for yourself. But if you want to, you know, work smarter, then I would say, you know, network.
What y'all think, man? Let us know in the comments. Like, do y'all think that networking is definitely better? Or is it just a better feel working by yourself? I don't know.
I network all day, man. Build relationships. But yeah, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video.
And don't forget to catch us on Instagram at Real Talk with Chris and Travis. Also, we have an email address. It is realtalkwithchrisandtravis@yahoo.com. And don't forget to catch us on TikTok at the same handle. And we'll be back next week with another video.
Stay tuned.
And we out.
Peace.